On the side there, DP defender in fake Peppers court drama. Sudi has always described DP's rivals as fake, but yesterday a court was told that his KCSE and diploma certificates presented to the IEBC in 2013 were fake. Now we know that according to the Elections Act Section 22, candidates for parliamentary seats in next year's polls will be required to have a university degree qualification unless it is amended by Parliament. The High Court recently nullified the section that requires MCAs to have a degree requirement, citing lack of public participation and an unfair requirement for MCAs to have a degree despite the differences of their role against other elective positions. And Honorable Odhiambo, I'll start with you on this, Dr. Odhiambo. So what do you make of this situation with Sudi and the papers for parliamentary MPs? Do we need to have degrees? Is it really that necessary?
Trevor, good morning, and good morning, Kenya. Allow me to tell Kenyans that I praise the Lord this morning because I'm born again. And because of that, I would like to respond to everything that you are going to ask me this morning on a very, very objective standpoint. Trevor, there has been all sorts of arguments concerning this issue of Section 22 that requires people to have a degree at least, especially for the parliamentarians and for the governors going upwards. And Trevor, some have advanced the theory that it doesn't really take a degree to make anybody a leader, which to some extent is true, because in my endeavor to study and even teach others about the concept of leadership, we noted, or we note always, that there are people who are born in it with the capabilities of leadership in them. So we have those charismatic leaders, somebody who can just wake up and people are attracted to them, and all the time they would allow them to lead them in whatever is happening. There are people who have been described as situational leaders. You know, when there is some circumstance happening, then somebody emerges and takes control. And that can also be a leader. But then the kind of leadership we are talking about, especially the political leadership in Kenya, the question is, what is the role of these leaders? Apart from just speaking things in their own communities, when people are now called to a table where there is reason, and we are more talking about the issue of the legislative nature of this kind of leadership. Yeah. Because the major role of an MP is being a legislator, somebody who can oversight the executive, somebody who can also effectively represent his or her people in whatever circumstance. Then it comes to fore the need to capacity build such a person to a certain level. For example, I am not a lawyer myself. My background is not law. But because of my university education and wide experience in my area and my interaction with the Bible, my interaction with the law, I am able to understand the legal framework of my country. So when there is a debate of either amending a section of it or creating a new one or repealing it, then I can effectively participate because I understand what the law is saying, even just by reading the Constitution and going through those acts of parliament, going through those other policies. So to that extent, I think then it is important that everybody who comes to parliament, especially the National Assembly or the Senate, where they talk about the county and appropriate resources to the counties, they need to understand these legal frameworks, where the law is coming from and where the law is ending. When it comes to the supervisory role or the idea of supervising the executive and talking about the resources, then somebody needs to be capacity built to a certain level that they can understand the economic dynamics, the financial undertakings, and where the executive is lying or misleading Kenyans or stealing from the Kenyans. This leader should be in a position to identify and point it out and stand for the prudential use of resources.
Okay,
so to that extent, Trevor,
yeah.
I think an MP should actually have a degree, or if not a degree, then they should be must be having a level of experience in relevant fields so that they are able to participate effectively in these roles.
Okay. Governor Mutua, what is the implication of such accusations against the Kapseret Member of Parliament, and is a degree really necessary for MPs?
Thank you very much, Trevor. First of all, I want to say jambo and good morning to our viewers from all over the world, especially in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, and all our areas, and say it's good to be awake this morning and also to be alive. Now on the matters that you're talking about, the writers of the Constitution decided that we wanted to be a country that was led properly. And the role of Parliament basically is to set laws that we are supposed to follow, laws that are supposed to be applied into policies that are going to make our lives better. And what was happening in Kenya when they wrote the Constitution is nothing new. It is a standard all over the world. If you go to countries like the US, where I am currently, or European countries and others, there is a certain expectation that you have certain level of education for you to serve as a leader. Let me give you an example. If you are vying to be a doctor, there are many people who say they are doctors. Yes, you've been taught at home by your great-grandfather how to identify herbs, how to identify this, how to put things together, and you call yourself a doctor. But does that mean that you can walk into Kenyatta National Hospital and go into a ward and start treating people? No. Why? Because there's a certain level of skill and education that you acquire by going through tertiary schooling. And so, yes, you may know mitishamba and everything, but if you get a degree, it enhances what you know and makes you even better. You can perform surgery, hygiene, all these international standards that have been set. In the same way, it is critical if a member of Parliament has to be able to set laws, identify different clauses, be able to reason in a critical thinking, to have some form of education. And if the Constitution set it to be that you need a university degree, then it is important, because at the end of the day, we live in a country that is pyramid-shaped system of leadership, and that is important. Now, Mheshimiwa Sudi, I don't know Mheshimiwa Sudi personally, I don't know the real story behind it, but if it is true that he doesn't have the degree that he proposed to have, then that will be seen to be fraud to start with, which is against Chapter 6. Secondly, it will mean that what he purports to be and what he purports to stand for is basically a lie. That our children who are going to university and others, then they feel that they don't have to do that because all they can do is fake it. And it shows also the nature of corruption that he or his supporters have. So I am not saying that Mheshimiwa Sudi is all these things. Let the courts decide, but it's a very worrying trend. And I like to say here, with no fear, no contradiction, is that there are many others who will be running to be governor, running to be MPs, who we know have somehow acquired degrees within a year or 6 months without even maybe attending school. Others are questionable. Some of them are even from Machakos. We even have a leader in Machakos County wants to be a governor, and we looked at the qualifications of this leader, and you realize that the leader got a high school diploma, and then got a master's degree, and then later on got a bachelor's degree, then got another degree that is very questionable. So there are all these things will need to be investigated. And the IBC and the Higher Education Board have to do a better job in sieving to find out who is telling the truth and who has bought a diploma, who is faked somebody else's diploma.
All right. Dr. Alwale, is it necessary to have a degree as a member of Parliament? I don't want to get into the nitty-gritties because this is a court case. We can't really talk about that specifically, but is it necessary?
No.
It is not?
It is not.
Okay.
In fact, the only reason why the Member of Parliament of Kapseret is undergoing this prosecution and persecution, it is because he's associated with the Deputy President. We all know that courts have also made a statement on the education or lack of it by the Governor of Mombasa, Joho. He has never been subjected to this kind of trial in the court of public opinion.